Okay, so for today's video, we will talk about the Depth Order Memorandum Number 014 Series 2021, which is the interim guidelines on the preparation, submission, and checking of school forms for school year 2021. So this memorandum aims to remain consistent with the BELCP, which is the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan as stipulated in DepEd Order Number 12, Series 2020. The issuance amends certain provision of DepEd Order 4, Series 2014 and DepEd Order Number 8, Series 2017 to reflect the requirements of distance learning modalities in school forms. Okay, as well as to ensure the collection of necessary data for evidence-based decision-making for school year 2020 to 2021. So, the following amendments are adopted in the submission and checking of school forms. So, we have here the preparation and submission of school forms. Sa ating School Form 1 or SF1, the School Register, merong mga pagbabago. So, meron tayong additional data elements for learning modality shall be added in the existing SF1. Okay? The learning modality shall be updated whenever the learner shifts from one learning modality to another. At the end of each quarter, the updated modality shall be generated through the Learner Information System or the LIS as official quarterly enrollment count per modality. Okay, so the age to be recorded in the form is the learner's age by October 31, 2020. School Form 1. So kung mapapansin nyo, meron tayong additional column na nandito. Ito yung learning modality. So, i-identify mo kung ano yung learning modality na ini-implement mo sa batang yon. So, yan ba ay MDL or Modular Distance Learning, ODL or Online Distance Learning, or TV Radio-Based Instruction. So, yun ang ilalagay mo dito sa learning modality. So, ito naman yung sinasabi natin kanina na ilalagay natin yung age ng bata as of October 31, 2020. So, ito yung reflected age niya dito sa ating School Form 1. Next naman, ang School Form 2 or the SF2 Daily Attendance. So, dito, meron tayong mga changes. So, dahil nga ang ating face-to-face learning ay temporarily suspended and we are adapting different learning modalities, teachers, advisor may choose an applicable learner attendance conversion tool or yung LAC that can be considered in checking the learner's attendance. So, the chosen norm of attendance checking should be explained to parents, learners, for awareness and transparency. Okay, so ito ang ating Learner Attendance Conversion Tools or the LACs. So ito yung tool na gagamitin natin in checking the attendance. Depende yan sa distance learning modality na ina-adapt natin. So meron tayo ditong LACT 1. So ang description nito, converting presence in online class as daily class attendance. So, for online classes with daily checking of attendance using whatever electronic, digital platform or application. So, ito ang gagamitin kapag ang inadapt mo ay online distance learning. So, how to record in SF2? Okay. So, actual recording of number of class days present and absent. So, di ba kapag tayo ay nag-online class, nag-attendance tayo. Okay, so kung minsan naman hindi tayo nakakapag-attendance, ang ginagawa na lang natin dito ay kapag tayo ay nakapag-install ng attendance sa Google Meet, nag-generate yun ng attendance. So, pwede nating magamit yon. So, the learner shall be considered present even in case where he or she was only able to enter the online learning platform for a few minutes due to internet connectivity issues, and as long as there is notification via text or chat from the learner or parent or guardian. No any form of contact for the day means absent. So, mean to say na kapag halimbawang 5 minutes lang or 2 minutes lang naka-join yung bata at nagsabi siya na meron siyang internet problem, considered pa rin siyang present. Pero kung walang pasabi ng any form of contact for the day, it means absent siya. Dito naman sa ating LAC 2, ang description nito ay converting communication effort with learners and or parents into a class day attendance as programmed in a weekly home learning plan. So the frequency of contact or communication with the parent or guardian or even in the learner in whatever approach can be converted into class daily attendance. Okay, note that contact communication effort may vary depending on the distance learning modality and may include but not limited to electronic, digital communication using designated drop, pick-up kiosk, middleman for printed modules, phone calls, text messaging, handheld CB radio, letter correspondence. Okay. So, how to record this in SF2? Okay, by the way, applicable ito sa lahat ng distance learning. So, pwedeng modular, pwedeng online, pwedeng TV radio assisted instruction. How to record in SF2? Assign class day equivalency for each contact effort by getting the total number of contact efforts over the allotted class days per week or month. Okay. So, para mas maintindihan pa natin, okay, ito yung illustration niya. In a week schedule of 6 day or 6 class days in a modular learning approach, the equivalent class day for distribution is 3 and another 3 days for retrieval. So, this is to complete the 6 class day per week stipulated in DepEd Order Number 30, Series 2020. So, therefore, the weekly schedule for both distribution and retrieval of modules may be counted as 2 contact effort. Okay, so ito yung table natin. Meron tayo ditong attendance checking, weekly and monthly. Number of contact efforts, equivalence in class attendance or in days. So, halimbawa, meron tayo ditong weekly. Weekly ang pag-distribute at pag-retrieve ng module. So, number of contact effort. 1 contact effort for distribution. Yung 1 contact effort na yun, that is equivalent to 3 class days. And 1 contact effort for retrieval, so that is also equivalent for 3 class days. So, total of 6 class days na present ka. Kapag naman ang ginawa ay monthly, ang 4 contact effort for distribution, that is equivalent to 12 class days. And 4 contact efforts for retrieval, that is equivalent for 12 class days. Okay. Thus, if the learner has only made a total of 4 contact efforts against 8 scheduled contact effort, then he or she will have 12 class days present and 12 class days absent. So, kapag meron lamang siyang 4 contact efforts, so, ang equivalent ng 4 contact efforts ay 12 days because merong schedule na 8 scheduled contact efforts. Yun yung distribution and retrieval. So, the learner shall be considered present even in the delayed or non-submission of a module as long as there is communication made between the parents or guardians or learner. So, considered pa rin siyang present even na delayed ang kanyang submission or non-submission of module as long as there is communication. So, merong pag-uusap, merong text, merong tawag na galing sa magulang, sa guardian, or sa learner. Okay, for LAC 3 naman, ito naman ay, ang description natin dito ay converting the submission of output module of learners into class day attendance. So, ang ating applicable distance learning modality dito ay printed, modular, or digital. So, paano nga ba ito? How to use this in SF2? Assign class day equivalency for the percentage of module output submission by getting the number of outputs module. Okay, so submitted over the required outputs module for the week and multiplied by the complete weekly attendance, constant. Okay, to illustrate, the week schedule of 6 class day in modular learning approach is the complete attendance, which is the 100%. The number of submitted modules and number of required modules for the week may vary. So, meron tayo ditong example ng weekly checking. So, meron tayo ditong number of submitted modules. Halimbawa, nakapag-submit ka ng 6 modules. Number of required modules, ang kinakailangan ay 9. Pero ang sinabit mo lang ay 6. So, complete days of attendance, that is 6 days. So, ang formula natin, number of submitted modules divided by the number of required modules times complete days of attendance. So, 6 divided by 9 is equals to 0.67 or 67% submission for the week. So, 0.67 na yan times 6 days. Ang equivalent niyan ay 4.02 or 4 days present for the week. So thus, if the learner has submitted only 6 modules against 9 required modules for the week, then he or she will have 4 class days present and 2 class days absent. The SF2 that are already prepared by teachers for the first 2 quarters should be adapted without any further modification. So, hence, the adoption of the LAC is only applicable and should only be used for the 3rd and 4th quarters of school year 2020 to 2021. In the adoption of any LAC for the 3rd and 4th quarters of school year 2020 to 2021, teachers are highly encouraged to exercise due consideration and we should reach out to our learners. So, ang bata makukonsider lang nating drop out or no longer participating in learning activities or ang tinatawag na nating NLPA if he or she and his or her parent voluntarily withdraw from schooling or if he or she incurs absences of more than 20% of the prescribed number of class or laboratory periods during the school year or semester as per DepEd Order number 8, Series 2015. So, this is equivalent to 7 weeks of non-attendance in his or her online classes and non-submission of modules, activity sheets without any communication or contact efforts being made by the learner or parent, guardian with the teacher. Para sa ating School Form 3, which is SF3, books issued and returned. So, dito sinasabi na if the school is releasing books and other learning materials to learners, SF3 may be used. So, this form can also be utilized to record the distribution and retrieval of learning modules. So, in using SF3 for the recording and monitoring of modules, the title of the books shall be replaced with an appropriate reference code or with the title of the module being issued or distributed. Ito ang ating School Form 3 or SF3, Books Issued and Returned. So, sa mga column na ito, ang nakalagay na dyan ay subject area and title module reference code. Okay, sa ating School Form 4 or SF4, Monthly Report of Learner Movement and Attendance. So, ito yung mga changes. Monthly submission to the district, division office, school form 4 shall only be submitted quarterly. So, hindi na natin siya isasubmit ng monthly. Gagawin na natin ang pagsasubmit ng ating SF4 ay quarterly na natin siya isasubmit. Replace the column for dropout with no longer participating in learning activities or the NLPA. So, ang NLPA is a status of learners whose parent or guardian or even the learner has failed to communicate or has not made any efforts to contact the class advisor for at least 7 consecutive weeks. Okay? So, this status is also appropriate for learners who have expressed desire to stop participation in any learning activity. So, if the learner is expressing desire to continue participating in learning activities after 7 consecutive weeks or non-participation, the school head may assess the situation and decide for the best interest of the learner. Isa pa sa nadagdag sa ating SF4, etong additional data fields for mortality or death. So, ito ang ating School Form 4 or SF4, the Monthly Learners Movement and Attendance. So, kung mapapansin nyo dito, ang dating nakalagay dito ay NLS or no longer in school. So, pinalitan ito ng no longer participating in learning activities or NLPA. So, yan ang pumalit sa NLS. At mapapansin din natin dito na meron na siyang additional data fields for mortality or death. School Form 8 or the SF8 Basic Health and Nutrition Profile, dito, the parents or guardians may administer the actual measuring of weight and height or the body mass index and submit a reading result to the class advisor. So, for parents or guardians who have limited resources or ability to make the actual measurement, they may seek the assistance of a barangay health worker and or other health professionals. So, updating of SF8 through the LIS facility is highly encouraged. So, for elementary grade levels, but not mandatory, except for the learner recipient of any program promoting health and nutrition. So, the junior high school and the senior high school are not required to accomplish SF8 and update BMI in LIS. Para sa ating School Form 9 or SF9, which is the progress report, instruction and guidelines related to assessment and computation of grades are available in DepEd Order Number 31 Series 2020. So, pagdating sa assessment and computation of grades, kinakailangan natin sundin yung DepEd Order Number 31 Series 2020. The following may also be considered in the preparation of SF9. Indicate at the bottom part of each column the learning modality being adopted in each quarter. So, ilalagay natin sa ilalim kung anong learning modality ang ginamit per quarter. Kung yan ba ay ODL, Online Distance Learning, Modular Distance Learning, or TV Radio Assisted Instruction. The character traits and core values portion of SF9 are not required to be accomplished. So, hindi na tayo maglalagay ng character traits and core values. So, eto ang ating School Form 9, the Progress Report Card, Report on Learning Progress and Achievement. So, sa ilalim niyan, meron na tayong learning modality na nakalagay. So, ilalagay mo dyan kung anong learning modality ang inadapt natin sa quarter 1, sa quarter 2, sa quarter 3, at sa quarter 4. For School Form 10 or SF10, which is the permanent record, so ito ang mga dapat nating tandaan kapag nag-prepare tayo ng ating SF10. SF10 shall be prepared at the end of the school year. The department shall also issue further instructions in accomplishing the said form. Nevertheless, for grades 5 and 6 who are still using Form 137, instructions for SF9, character traits and core values shall be applied. Para sa ating checking of school forms, ito yung mga dapat nating tandaan and ito yung mga changes. So, the annual checking of school forms shall only be done at the school level by the school checking committee. So, kinakailangan mag-create ng school checking committee para sa pag-check ng form at gagawin na lamang iyon sa school level. So, the school level checking may be conducted through online and or on-site provided that health and safety protocols are being observed. So, maliwanag naman na pwedeng gawin online, pwedeng mag-Google Meet, pwedeng mag-Facebook, Messenger, or kapag naman sa school naman ginawa, we have to follow the health and safety protocols. The result of the checking of forms initiated by the school checking committee is deemed final and can be used by the school to complete its submission in LIS. So, this memorandum shall only be applicable for school year 2020 to 2021 unless otherwise extended.